Alright, good morning guys. We are in Santorini, Greece. In case you're new to the channel, my name is Frank, this is Alyssa, and we are the GlobeHoppers. Today we are going to take a bus from Fira, the capital, which is where we're staying, all the way up to Aya, and then we're going to hike back. I believe it's like a 6-mile hike coming back. So it should be a long day, but I heard there are amazing views and maybe even a beach along the way. You ready for this big walk?
Long hike, yeah.
Alright, let's do it. Guys, so the bus ride from Fira to Aya, gotta get that right this time, took us about 15 minutes. It wasn't long. It cost $1.60 a person, and we just arrived here in Aya, which is on the north end of the island. Fira, where we're staying, is in the center of the island. It's the capital of Santorini. So we read that the most popular thing to do anyway you search is to take this hike from Aya back to Fira, and it apparently takes you right along the ridge of the mountain all the way back down through the island. So I believe it's about 6 miles, and we're ready for it. It's sunny, there's a good breeze, so it shouldn't be too hot, but the sun is definitely blazing. So we're about to get going. Alyssa is doing her public bathroom tour real fast, and then we'll be hitting the road. Oh, here she comes now. How is the bathroom?
Good.
Wonderful.
You have to pay for it, so they keep it nice and taken care of.
All right. All right, so we are now walking through Aya, the little alleyways here, trying to find the start of the trail. And it should be right up around here somewhere. I'm so psyched for this. Nothing like a gorgeous hike.
On a gorgeous day.
We ain't no halfway hikers. We're going the whole way. We might even try to climb down and hit a beach. We'll see. We heard the steps are pretty high up and intense. That's the joy of staying in one of these places. There are no roads here, so you got to carry all your bags all the way up this cliff. Or hire someone to do it.
So remember, pack light.
Pack light or get a porter to carry your bags. Alright, I don't know how well you can see it, but our plan for today is to hike through this here town of Aya, across that ridge, down those mountains, and along the island all the way down there until we get to Fira, our place where we're staying. So it's going to be a long sunny hike, but come on, look at these views. Epic. Next time we come, we'll bring our yacht and we'll give you the perspective from down there. But from today, you just got to take this view for now.
Take this hike with us.
Look, do you see over here the swimming pools over here? It looks awesome. Let me peek over this ridge here so you can see some of these private pools. Look at that.
Y'all want a picture?
Now we did price these rooms, but they were quite a bit more than we were ready to spend. And that is Aya. Beautiful. Main problem we've noticed people complaining about staying in these really fancy hotels and bed and breakfasts along the ridge here is getting to and from your ridge. You gotta go through these really narrow alleyways. They're pretty steep and rocky, so carrying any kind of large luggage is going to be a definite problem. You can see there's guys down below who are just getting paid to carry people's bags up here for them. But even coming back after dinner and stuff like that, you got a long walk up craggly, narrow alleyways. The problems of the rich. So we walked now about 10 minutes and we got past the main tourist nightmare. That's where the buses come in and all the tour groups start back there. So everybody's just got, you got an hour exploring, get back to the bus, they were saying. And then of course you got all the Instagrammers in their fancy clothes, blocking traffic, taking pictures and all. But you can't really blame them. This is epically beautiful here. It is gorgeous. We were just thinking about it, comparing this to Mykonos. This is so much more beautiful and realistic. And I gotta tell you, the prices here are not that bad. I mean, a third, a quarter, or maybe of what Mykonos was, and there's just so much more to see and do here. So far, great start. We're loving Santorini. Little detour. We found this little church or something here. Let's walk up and see. Seems to be closed.
No church today on Sunday.
When we got up this morning, we were trying to find a laundromat to drop some clothes off at and a DHL to mail some stuff home. And we realized not only is it Sunday, but it's a Greek holiday, it's Pentecost, and everything is just closed down. So, put all that on hold till tomorrow. Alright, let's start the voyage. We're at a tourist destination. We're out of the town, and now we're going to head up onto these mountains and get the real view. Alright guys, I'm going to give you guys a little science lesson here. You ready? I don't know how well I could do this. I'm not really great yet, but if you look around, starting over here, and I'll probably just turn the camera around and give it to you and be real, but all around here you can see this chain of islands going around in a circle all the way around, and in the middle you can see that little cone there. So if you could imagine, this was all just one big island once, a volcano, and it erupted there, and this is what you're left with. We got scattered islands all around here. So the myth is, maybe it's not a myth, it's probably true, especially with Aquaman coming out, you might want to believe it, but Atlantis was out here, and when the volcano blew, the city sunk, and thus the myth of the missing city of Atlantis. It's down there, we just don't tell nobody, right? Let's see. Yeah, you can see the island, you can see how it used to be one big island. Did you see him? Landed right on my finger while I was telling a story. Son of a bitch. Yeah, you can see it goes all the way around. It used to be one big island. Now it's just a giant caldera. Absolutely beautiful one. Mother Nature knows how to paint a picture, don't she? I think this is the highest peak we have to get over here, but the travel gods are with us. They put the sun behind the clouds for a few minutes, so climbing up here has been nice and breezy. We're not dying. We're well hydrated and loving it.
Your dome's being safe.
My dome is safe.
This is my gym. Although that feels like coral or something. It doesn't feel like moss. So we've been hiking up and up and up, and all of this stuff here reminds me of that hike that we just did in Costa Rica when we hiked all over all of the lava rock. Look at all this.
We think that's the peak. Fingers crossed. So you guys can see this trail runs all the way to ridge, along the ridge, all the way back to Fira. And it's just epic views. On one side, you got the caldera over here by the volcano, and on the other side over there, it's just ocean and beautiful views. Oh, a jackass and some donkeys, all in one shot. That wasn't referring to you. Halfway hike is just saying, back home, when Alyssa picks all the hikes that we go on, especially in the US, she always does all the research. And I always ask her, it's not about the distance, I don't really care that, what's the reward? You know, I just want to know, what are we going? Are we going to see a lake? Is it a mountaintop view? You know, what's at the end of the hike that's worth it? This one here, the whole entire hike is the reward. It's just, every direction you look is beautiful here. You can't go wrong. The views are incredible. This is going to be known as the wow hike, because every time you turn around, it's like, wow.
I think this whole island for you is just the wow island.
Can't believe it took me until my last 2 days in Greece to fall in love with the islands. Santorini for the win.
I think that tonight we're gonna get a really epic sunset. We're gonna find a nice restaurant, sit down and eat a good meal and watch it dip on down.
Dip on down the road. So now we've climbed Mount Fuji, Mount Olympus, Mount Sinai, Mount Rainier. We've done the Cinque Terre in Italy. We've hiked around Uluru in Australia. We've done the Santorini Trail now. So we want to hear from you guys, some of our viewers at home. What are your epic trails? Which ones are you going to remember the most? And which ones should we check out? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love some suggestions.
That right there is just a little restaurant. You can stop at. Oh, check that thing out. Badass.
Alright, so we started way out there, went all the way over there, all the way over there, up over those mountains, and now we're here, halfway point almost. You can see there was the first town, there's the church, and now we're going over the second mountain. Woo! And we gotta go over that mountain still. Keep on keeping on. 2 hours in. Even though we say we're 2 hours in, we gotta be honest, we've been stopping a lot, drinking, flying the drone, just sightseeing. This is incredibly beautiful. There's no rush here. We're just enjoying the day. Look at that.
Whole lot of nervous Nellies up here. There's even a Greek flag in here. A couple.
We need a GlobeHoppers flag. Who's gonna send us some little GlobeHoppers flags we could place all over the world? Alright, let's build up a little for good luck here for the rest of the hike. Let's do it right there. Stay. That's for good luck.
Look all the way out there, you can see the town. That's the town where we started.
That's
where all
where
the
we
tourist
started,
people
yep.
were.
And then we went up there, over the church, came down along this ridge, went down into that town, and now we're going up over this mountain. And then you can see the caldera out here still. We're just basically doing one big circle around the caldera, looking for
gorgeous.
Atlantis. You got 4? There you
Yes.
go.
There you
Thank you
go.
very much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That was right? 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9. Okay.
Break some more in the watermelon in a second.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna pull them out. Give you some.
Recording.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All All right, we stopped for a little snack. Watermelons and grapes. The lunch of champions. How are they?
Good.
All right, we made it halfway point to this little town. It's the halfway marker. We got one more big hill up here. See that one? So we climbed through this town now and up to that hill, and I think from there we should probably be able to get a view of Fira. But we'll see. Either way, so far this hike has been beautiful. We enjoyed our little watermelon and grapes. And the views. Can't beat them. You want to tell you a joke? Get thirsty? Alright, Alyssa said if you get thirsty, you better just drink up the views because you ain't affording none of this stuff. We stopped at one just to see just now, and the cheapest thing on the menu was $50. That was for beef and potatoes. This is high end here.
It was a wellness restaurant though, to add in.
It's beautiful, but you're paying for the view, that's for sure. Look at some of these.
Oh, that's where we're going.
The rock? Whoa. Hey, living that life. I think we might try to climb out there just because, you know, it's there. Why not? Let's do it. So we heard there's a monastery on the back of this rock that was sticking out there, so that's why we're headed over here. See if we can't find it. If we can't, no big deal, because the views are still worth it. Look at this. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
All right. We're on the home stretch now, guys. We're almost there. It's been an amazing hike, but one little pro tip, there are no bathrooms along the way. So you're gonna hydrate like crazy to stay alive, but there's nowhere to pee.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Fira. It was a 4.5 hours it took us, but we stopped so many places. We flew the drone several times. We stopped for snacks. So we were in no hurry and easily did it in 4.5 hours. As you can see, we're back in the tourist center now. Crowds and people everywhere. But wow, as soon as we get through this maze, we'll give you a little wrap up on this adventure today. It was Wow! We made it back. It took us about, like I said, 4.5 hours. It was just absolutely beautiful though. The whole way. It's a little difficult in places, right? It was uphill, downhill the whole way, and there's not too much shade along the way.
None.
No bathrooms, remember that. So right now I'm busting. Other than that, it was just one spectacular view after another. I mean, we've done a lot of hikes. I don't think we've ever done a hike that is just constant, you know, wow factor everywhere you look. You just walk along the crest line of that mountain range and it's just beautiful. So definitely, and it's free too. Can you believe that? Other than the $1.60 bus ride to get to the one end, it was free. So you can't beat it. Win for Santorini. We're loving it here so far. And if you guys come, I understand why Google makes this the #1 thing to do. If you don't want to walk the whole 4.5 hours the whole way that we did, there are different, you know, you can hop off at different towns and catch the bus back whenever you want. So that's a, you know, if you're not fully up, if you're not a halfway hiker, you know?
If you're a halfway hiker.
If you're a halfway hiker, then that's your option there. But for us, it was great. We loved this. 4 hours, 4.5 hours was beautiful. I think we're burned like lobsters though, so we're gonna try and get out of the sun now. Right? You want to add anything to the story?
I do want to comment on how many people were wearing sandals and flip-flops. I don't know. If you want the cute photo, I would just bring a backpack and throw it in your backpack and wear some good hiking shoes because I needed the support. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I definitely am glad I wore sneakers, not sandals for this one. So.
But that's all I got.
All right.
It was beautiful. Bring a hat.
Bring a hat. Unless you're dumb like me. I always forget. I left it home again.
All right. So.
That's it for today, I think. We're going to head home, grab something to eat, and relax a little bit because tomorrow we're going to actually be moving out of our little hotel and into a more expensive one to show you guys what it's like if you do want to splurge a little bit while you're here in Santorini. We're not going to be staying in one of those luxury ones that we saw up there, but we are staying in something pretty nice over here on this side of Fira. So tomorrow we're going to show you the hotel comparison, but for now I think we're going to wrap it up, right?
Yep, that's it.
All right.
So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the comments. Bye-bye.